Ready to roll with the Parkers?
Hello, rowers. Linda and I were talking the other day about how we have not given y'all a more in-depth tour of our 2021 Lance 1995. And that now would be a perfect time to do it, since we've got all the options installed that we wanted originally from the factory. But while we're at it, we're going to go ahead and point out some of the things that we like about it. Here in the front, you've got the Smart Jack. It is a lot easier than hand cranking up and down. It has a memory to where you can memorize the high point and the low point of where you want it to stop. But I don't mess with that. We just push the buttons, raise it till it gets above the ball, lower it until it's on the ball. Here we have a cover. Underneath the cover is 3 20-pound propane tanks. We bought an anti-sway and weight distribution hitch that I like it a lot compared to a trailer I've used before, as far as the way you hook it up and everything. Here we have the Stargazer window. When we went through our first rainstorm, Linda and I discovered, laying in bed, that we had a little leak. This has a walk-on roof, so Linda and I were able to go up on the roof, and she walked up towards the front and she looked at the top of the Stargazer window, and the caulking had a crack about that long in it. So we took that in and they peeled that off and put new caulking down and covered it under warranty, of course, and we haven't had any leaks since then. Over here on the side, here on this side, we've got compartment number 1 for lithium battery, 100 amp. It's on a little tray that'll slide in and out to make it easy to change. And underneath that, there's also one of these on the other side, a lithium battery on the other side. Underneath that is it's the main power switch for your stabilizers. It controls the power on both sides. Then you got front and rear, extend and retract. Next in line, we've got, this is normally intended for a small 2,000 watt generator. The generator we bought, and a generator that you need for this trailer, will not fit in here. We bought a bigger one. We store it in the back of our truck. All of the doors that lift up have a magnet up there to keep them up. Makes it nice and easy. So what we store in here is some chemical stuff, laundry detergent, stuff to do laundry, bug spray, WD-40, lighter fluid for the charcoal fires, etc., hand soap, and I just happened to put my 2 saddlebags from my bike in there since I had a little extra room. There's also a switch in there that you can disconnect the batteries. right here. So far, the only state we visited is Texas, but next week that changes. Next week we'll get to spend the night, or 2, or 5, or 7 in Arkansas. So we'll get to put that sticker on. After that, Tennessee. And on and on. Pretty much all of these, Arkansas, Tennessee, North Carolina, all of these, that whole bottom section of the United States will be colored in by the beginning of October. Here's the information plate from the factory to tell you how much you can carry for cargo, how long your trailer is, the tire pressure, all the sort of specifications you need. So you don't have to go look at it in a manual, it's all right here on the side. Down here, this is a compartment that is not intended to be kept dry. So we keep the sewer hose in there that we use to drain into our portable wastewater tank. And we keep it in a garbage bag so it kind of contains the water. And we change out the garbage bag every now and then. One of the things we loved about this camper is it had a little slide that really gives you a lot more room. One of the things they left off was this covering, the slide cover on the top. It basically automatically retracts and comes out, and it's supposed to keep sticks, twigs, acorns from falling on your roof. Underneath the U-shaped dinette, you can access from the outside, is another storage compartment with a magnet. We keep our anti-sway bars, the hitch, weight distribution hitch, water hoses, a few other things in here, spare water hoses. Simply because, you know, need to use it for something. Out here you've got your outside shower. Hot, cold. Pulls out. When you turn the water on, this latches on to keep the water on. I would shower outside if I was in the middle of the woods and didn't have everybody all around me at a campsite. But here, I just use it to wash my hands. Here's your freshwater input from the city. This is the where you hook up a hose to flush the black tank. This is where we hook up the power. And down here is the sewer line to dump gray water and black water. Back here is a hollow bumper that we store the sewer line to use at the dump station, or if you have full hookups. We ordered this bike rack, which fits into this 1.5-inch receiver down here, and seems to be holding up pretty good after a few hundred miles. We have a backup camera up there, which is real nice when you're driving down the road to be able to see some cars behind you, but it really is best for when you're backing into your spot. So you can get an idea of the angle you need to be to put it in straight. Now it won't help you if there's a, low hanging branch or something. Like a guy at one campsite we went to, he bumped into a branch, broke the branch, and punched his ladder through the wall. We're hoping to avoid that. This is a pretty heavy-duty ladder. I can gain an extra, well, I'm not going to say how much, but I could get up to 300 pounds in this ladder. It would still hold me. We have an electronic lock which has given us fits since day one. Wish we had just a regular door handle that you just used a key to get in and out. That's kind of what I wanted in the beginning, but Linda wanted the ease and convenience of being able to punch in a code to get in.
I've changed my mind since.
It
Show
works.
show them what you have to do to get in.
Well,
You have to really.
it's pretty hard. We've complained and they've messed with it. It just never really gets as easy as I think it should. It is a 4-season camper while I'm locking this up. See, it's locked. Now, get back. I don't want anybody to see our code.
One, two, three, four. I hope you remember the code because I don't have a key.
Well, anyway, I think I remember the code, but you have to wake it up. And I've been
Here, you want me to try it? Okay.
I have a key.
Okay.
Voila. All right. Let's see. Here's an external mount, and we've got the bracket up here in the front and the tool compartment. You could mount an external TV, sit out here and watch Good Morning America while you're drinking your coffee.
Oh, do you want to shut this while you're at it?
This is a vent for the hood above the stove. Linda cooked dinner tonight and I opened up the vent in case she wanted to exhaust the fumes. Basically just push it in and it latches. We have a couple of speakers outside. There's 3 sets of speakers. 2 above the bed, 2 by the dinette kitchen area, and 2 outside. You can choose to have music or coming from all 3 or 1, your choice. We have a porch light. It'll burn amber or white. Amber, of course, to keep the bugs away. We just recently got this. This is another item they left off. We got the awning finally put on. I love it. It's nice to sit out here and be in the shade. It has across the whole bar, it has LEDs, so you sit out here at night and have kind of like a porch light.
And there's no bar for you to run into. It's
And
all up here.
There is a wind sensor in there that if the wind picks up too much, it will automatically retract. That has not been tested yet, but it should work. I don't know how familiar y'all are, but this is the vent for the refrigerator. There's 3 vent areas, and we recently purchased some screens. They're put on, attached with tie wraps. I drilled a 3/4 inch hole to put the drain tube for the refrigerator for when it defrosts. So it'll drain out here. at the dealership they put it through here, but I didn't want to cut holes in the screen. And this was a fairly neat job, and it's measured good, so nothing but the smallest ant could get in there. Definitely no yellow jackets or wasps will get in there. This is the vent for the furnace. It gets hot. Definitely want to stay away from here. If you're going to go boondocking and need to carry your water in, this is the compartment where you put your hose in. Put your hose in, turn it on, you wait till it overflows. It holds 45 gallons. All of the windows that, especially the windows that open, most of them open, they call them frameless. They will come out from the bottom, so you can leave them open when it's raining and get ventilation. Of course, in Texas, we want the air conditioner on in the summertime. There is a rain gutter on both sides, and the rain will come out there in addition to the condensation from the air conditioner. Here, this was one of the main things that I thought was neat about this camper. It has a drawer that pulls out 6 to 7 feet. However, we ran into some people with an older Lance, slightly different model, and we went over and talked to them yesterday because we've had problems with this drawer. They've got another one on order under warranty, so you know, I don't know how long it'll take, but we're going to be out of state till October anyway. But what would happen with this one is they've got a couple of wheels on the bottom right here and a couple of wheels halfway down on the bottom that it rolls on. But they also drilled holes in the plastic and put 2 wheels on each side that's supposed to roll in this track right here. But what happened is, the ones in the very back, as you're pulling them, this thing is thin plastic and it would kind of warp. These would get caught like this and it would be stuck, and you could not get it out without both of us getting out here and yanking to open it up. So I just took those 4 wheels out, and it actually comes in and out easily. However, because there's no wheels past the middle on the bottom, once you pull the back edge past that middle set of wheels, it drops down. And then to push it back, you have to kind of pivot on the front and push down, which will raise the back, and then work it in. It's kind of a pain, but it's easier than dealing with the wheels that get stuck. But we still carry a lot of stuff in there.
What surprised me was a 2015 had a big, beautiful, thick
plastic.
Heavy-duty plastic.
It was not this wide. It was only this wide, but it was taller.
And it was on a rail system from the middle.
It was a better system.
And it was beautiful. It was heavy-duty, and it rolled out with ease. And here we have a brand spanking new one, 2021, and they've used cheaper material, and it's just really, it's a piece of junk. That they should have kept what they had before.
Well, I could tell them how to fix it. I could fix it myself if it was out of warranty.
You would think that they would make improvements as they go along, but they took something that was good and made it worse.
They cut costs, is what they do.
It is a nice thing to have, but they just made it very poorly.
Let me pull this out a little bit.
And we really don't have. See, did you hear that?
Yeah.
And we don't really have heavy stuff in there.
there's a light in here. Oh, no, that's the front light. That's this light. See how this is warped? That's part of the problem. I don't know if you can see it.
Yeah, you can see it.
The warp. Well, but there, you can see the warp a little better from that angle. But anyway, so now the back is dropped down. To get it in, all I do is push down, pivot up, and go back.
But you shouldn't have to do that.
Shouldn't have to do that. If a new one does the same thing, then I'm going to take matters into my own hands and fix it the right way. Which we shouldn't have to do. And let's see.
It is a very nice travel trailer. It
All
just
in all-
has a few faults,
All in all, we love it.
as we all do.
That's pretty much it for the outside. We will give you a tour of the inside too.
So, one thing I like about the front door is when it's cooler outside, you can shut this and just have a screen door open, and then this latches up against the front of the RV. Makes it super simple. And then you just latch it back to the regular door, and it has a nice day shade. What attracted us to the line is 1995. As soon as you come in, you have a full-length closet and a half closet with 2 drawers that are self-closing. But we didn't need a full-length closet, and we didn't need a half closet, so we came up with an idea that it would make a great pantry. Dwight went on to Amazon and bought a stainless steel shelf, too big to fit through the door, but he built it inside. Home Depot, I'm sorry, I said Amazon. So we just turned this into our full pantry. Pretty simple, canned goods, dog food, cereal, trash bags, etc. And what I like about the shelves, that they have these wonderful fronts on them, so during travel, nothing falls out. And then we just bought a little shelf, I think this went into a bedroom somewhere. And we just hold all of our dried goods, the lighter weight things, all of our spices, oil, dog treats. We keep our potato chips here. What I really liked was a corner bathroom, so it doesn't take up a whole separate section in the RV kind of by itself. So what we normally do is we keep the door open. We set our trash can in front of it. So just to let you know, the RV is definitely looking lived in. I mean, we live here, so this is just giving you a real glimpse of what it's like. A little bit crowded, but it's good enough for us. The shower, we keep all of our shower items in a bucket, which I then put on the sink. When I take my shower, I just put what I need in here, and then I put it back in when I'm done. We keep the dog's water dish in the shower because they lap up water and it goes all over the floor. This is an easy fix for that. You can see that it has, well, I can get in here. There's plenty of room, a nice skylight to shower, and then you can just close this. Do your business. There you go. It has a porcelain toilet with a foot flush and a medicine cabinet. My favorite part of the RV, a little bit messy right now, is this U-shaped dinette. Very comfortable. We each have our side that we can work on, and then we can push the pillows to the back and lounge and watch TV. Both sides have a locking mechanism for travel and unlock, and then both sides pull out for a nice deep drawer. This side we keep kind of pots and pans, bowls. This is how we store our dry dog food. And then this side does the same thing. There's plenty of room in here. This table top comes off. You take out the leg of the table and lay it on the floor, and this lays on these two little shelf areas right here, and this makes a very nice size bed. One thing I really like, it's easy to get up and sit down, and we have lights that turn on and off and dim, and you've got these three wonderful windows for great light and a great view. Another skylight right here over the kitchen area. You can, if it gets too hot or too bright, you can pull this to close it off, which is what we usually do during the day. It helps keep the camper cool. A nice big sink with two covers. We have dishes in here. I mean, we live here, right? It's a nice big sink. I found this dish drying rack. Ample storage and storage. As soon as you come in, you have your bank of lights, your awning control, your Bluetooth radio. You have your courtesy light right here when you walk in, a mood light, which is right over the dinette. Your awning will retract and extend here. This is for your LED lights, and then this is for your patio lights, and then your slide to pull in and out. Very easy. Your radio has 3 sections. You have a section over the bed, a section in the back here by the kitchen, and a section outside. So there's speakers out there, you can listen to that. In the kitchen, you've got your your gray tank and your black tank here to tell you if it's full. You have your gallery lights and your soffit lights, which turn on. A good sized microwave here. It does not have a turntable, so there's nothing to break while you're traveling. Has a fan, a glass top, which we usually cover with this. A nice backsplash. 3-burner stove. Lights very easy. You just turn it to light and hit this ignite button and it just lights. You don't need a fire stick. And a small oven. Has a small freezer. Decent sized refrigerator. And then you're in the bedroom. We keep the dogs' beds down in the front during the day. At night, one goes here and one goes in front of the table. And it has a fantastic fan, 2 large windows, one on each side, and a stargazer window. We each have our own closet. What I like about all the windows, they all have a nightshade and a day shade. All the windows open. So even if it's raining, you can still open your windows and have a nice cross breeze. And they close. Another great feature that I like over several different areas of the camper are the lights, which you can just turn on with a finger. So we each have our own closet. I store everything in baskets in mine. I just roll up my pants and shorts, I roll up my shirts, and then my underpants and socks. Everything fits perfect in there. You each get a drawer and a side shelf with your regular plugs, outlets, and your USB cables that plug into your phone. And then on this side we have our TV, which you can watch from the bed. And it also pulls out and goes into the kitchen area. I'll let Dwight pull it out. And then it comes into the kitchen area so we can watch television. And it has a HDMI cable to where we can put a DVD player in the radio and watch movies. The Stargazer window also has a I'll crawl up here on the bed. It has a day screen or a night screen. It also has a bug screen. This opens up, there's no screen, and so you can pull this bug screen down and keep the bugs out. During the day, we usually keep this closed to keep as much cool air in the camper as possible. There's a curtain that slides all the way across. Hard to see, but there's nobody in here many bugs, so that's really, that looks up. For storage underneath the bed, we keep extra blankets, paper products, TV trays. We've even got another TV in there. Did I miss anything? Okay. And finally, there's the inside tour of our Lance 1995.
Here is an extra tip. Yesterday when we got here, we plugged up to power, and twice within a matter of a few hours we lost power to our surge protector. And what I did is when I came out, if I just barely touched the 30 amp circuit breaker, power would come back on, but then it would go off again. And I flipped it off and back on, and it didn't help. So if you have a 30 amp camper, I suggest getting a 50 amp to 30 amp adapter. And we've been running on 50 amp plug ever since. No problems.